Hello, hello, my glorious friends. How are you? We're going to be doing a clearing on the full moon total lunar eclipse in Pisces on the 7th of September 2025. So we're going to start with the prep to work. It's probably going to be a long one. We're going to start with the prep to work and then we're going to go into it. Make sure you set your intention to receive the benefits for your highest good at all times and ensure that you're 100% open to receiving healing. So although I'm prepping to work, doesn't automatically mean you're 100% open to receiving healing. It just means we're clearing any interference out of the way. So once you've done all that, let's get started. Here we go. Let's see what comes up. Right then, here we go. Full moon lunar eclipse. So first of all, let's prep you to work. I'm just going to ask the teams to do all the prepping to work rather than asking all the questions. I'm just going to ask that you'll prep to work thoroughly so that everything and everyone is working from a minimum of Radiant Love New Paradigm level. I've already prepped myself to work, so whenever I work, I'm always working from that level, Radiant Love New Paradigm level of consciousness, which is the minimum. So as they're prepping you to work, I'll just go and show you what I mean. So it's above Godhead level and all the way up to a minimum of Radiant Love New Paradigm level of consciousness here. So I want to make sure we're starting from that point, because we've always got to clear a different level of consciousness at which all those other things have been created. And we want our teams to be operating from that level as a minimum, and also ourselves, so that everything's clearing outside of time, hence it's quantum, and it's clearing from a very minimum level of Radiant Love New Paradigm. So anyone that's saying, oh, this clearing is activating this and doing that, it's not. That's something that's something going on within you. We're always starting from this level of operation, Radiant Love New Paradigm level of consciousness. Okay, so if you're seeing something else or you're being triggered by something else, then always look within. Where's it coming from within me? There, everything is a mirror, everything. Okay, so let me just ask, okay, is everyone prepped to work as much as they can be and open to receiving healing? And can we just download the SRT system for everybody? Make sure they got the latest SRT system downloaded so that we can be effective with the clearing. Always for their highest good, please, at a minimum of Radiant Love New Paradigm level of consciousness. Okay, I think that's all done anyway. So everyone ready? Are we all ready? Yeah, so let's go for this. So what are we looking at? We're looking at clearing the energy of the full moon total lunar eclipse in Pisces on the 7th of September 2025. So what's it running at? 0 positive, 100 negative. Now in this system, everything needs to be at 100 positive, 0 negative. That's where we want it as the end game. Ideally as the start game, and we're starting at incarnation level, which is rock bottom. We can go below this, which occasionally it does, as a starting point, but we're starting at incarnational level, which is rock bottom. So we've got to go all the way up here and all the way up there. So we're clearing initially your teams, your high self teams who are doing the clearing for you. We're asking them to clear what needs to be cleared, a bit like defragging your computer hard drive. We're defragging it. So we're raising it up to as much as possible, 100 positive down to 0 negative, from incarnational level all the way up to Radiant Love New Paradigm level of consciousness. Always for your highest good. So the bulk of the clearing takes place at this stage and also in the mop-up stage. The mop-up stage is when, the real big clearing takes place. And although there are about 32-ish SRT charts on this side of life, there are over 200 that the teams use on their side of life, and we're working from them. And when I refer to their side of life, I'm talking about they're working in a different dimension to us, so outside of time. So this is why these clearings are effective. You don't have to be in person to receive the benefits of them because they're done outside of time. And quite often when I have somebody that buys a package from me, the moment they bought a package, they notice changes start to happen in their lives. And I hear that again and again and again, because these clearings are done outside of time. And of course, once they bought a package or said they're going to buy a package, their intention is there. And then there's action, and the healing can begin. So this system was devised, founded by Robert Detzler, and he has the books The Freedom Path, Soul Recreation and Spiritual Healing. He passed spirit in 2013, but left us an incredible legacy. If you want more information about the spiritual response therapy, SRT, then head to spiritual response therapy, spiritualresponse.org, something like that. All the details are in my details section on YouTube, including details of teachers that I've worked with that I recommend, which is Malabika and also Maria. I've experienced their teaching and other teachers, but I recommend those two. Very, very knowledgeable. And I think they both trained with Robert Detzler himself as well. I trained with Malabika and Maria. I did some training with her as well. So both lovely people. And Malabika does the online training. Okay. Right, so are we ready? So here we go. So that was quite an introduction, wasn't it? But that was a lot clearing there, as you probably noticed. So where are we going first? We're going to 6A. So we're not looking into any depth of anything. Your teams will do that because it's a group clearing. So we can't ask specific questions, but outside right. So what are we clearing? Separation. A master program of separation. Yeah, okay. So we're just going to ask that all master programs, all discordant energy and any imprints, I think, of separation are all cleared from you as much as possible at all levels of consciousness and chart 3, clearing from other lifetime roots as well, inside and outside of time, for your highest good. Okay. Chart 16. Just a general clearing this is, but we'll see what's coming up using that powerful total lunar eclipse energy. Separation from one. Let's clear all separation from one. But do read the books, do get the books. They're absolutely fascinating, filled with information. There are some charts at the end of the books, the original charts, not all of them. To get all of them, you have to train as a practitioner. But it's worth it because, you get to clear your own stuff. And it's very empowering, I think, to do that, to take total responsibility for clearing your own stuff, basically. And it's very, very helpful. I find that you do need another system as well, not just SRT to clear, like EFT or theta healing or EMDR or something else as well to complement it, because sometimes, as with all healing mechanisms, you can get so far with one and then you need to employ a different modality as well on top of it. And I find that a combination of healing methods works really, really well. But this really clears the pathway, it really clears the programs, and it can be a very subtle clearing. So you think, oh, not much has happened, and then you find you're not reacting in the same way to certain stimuli that you did before. So if you're expecting groundbreaking, oh my God, I'm healed, eureka moments, they do happen occasionally with SRT, because I've experienced that myself. They do happen, but very often it's much more of a subtle thing, and you notice that something's changed and opportunities are coming in and things are flowing easily, and because we're really clearing away those programs and energy, stifled energy. It's additional programs type 1 and 2 at the 1 level. Let's just clear those. That allows the energy to flow more freely and more abundantly, because we are abundant already. We have everything we need already. We are all that is already. We just have all these belief systems and stifled energy and programs that are blocking that, really, like clouds blocking the sun. So, and I know I'm preaching to the converted here, but it's just always a useful reminder, I think, for all of us. It's very easy to fall into victim mode, and very easy to start blaming somebody else, or blaming a situation, or blaming, especially in the world at the moment, there's a lot of shadow that's risen up to be healed and integrated in the world. So there's a lot of anger around, and a lot of victimhood around, and instead of people going within saying, okay, what is this mirroring back to me? What is this showing me? Why am I getting uptight about this? Why am I feeling anxious about this? It all stems from ourselves, and what's going on within us, what frequency we're emitting, what vibrations we're sending out, is what the universe is matching through the law of correspondence, and is what creates what is. And that is what is creating the timeline that we're on. So we can still see everything that's happening in the world, but we don't have to take part in all the drama and the emotional upset of it all and the victimhood. And again, I'm preaching to the converted here, I know. So chart 21, excuse me, chart 21. Past lives that the soul doesn't want to examine, let's clear those away from you. All those past lives that the soul doesn't want to examine, connected to this. It's coming up at the moment. Freedom is free. Again, I'm not asking any specific questions. These are just general, very light clearings. The rim of creation is an illusion. Okay, is there anything on the outside? I thought there was, yeah. We are all in this together. Yeah, there's a block to those. So let's clear those blocks away to those. We are all in this together. The rim of creation is an illusion. So a lot of stuff on separation coming up, blocks to we are all in this together is linked to that, isn't it? So the rim of creation, this is what Robert Detzler said. He said, when I first was shown the rim of creation, I thought it was like a wagon wheel with 12 lines running through it like spokes. Later I saw it was a sphere with the lines meeting at the centre. The 12th line stood up like a steel rod, and the other 11 lines wove around it like a maypole dance. Spirit says the 12th line is mankind, and the other 11 lines are support systems for mankind. And they are fire, water, earth, air, animal, bird, fish, vegetable, mineral, consciousness, and light. Only after the 11 are in place can man exist on a planet. Symbolically, the planet was 5 days in creation of preparation before man was created. Okay, let's have a look. Anything else in general? Feels like there is. Chart 5. Okay, let's see what needs to be shifted on chart 5. Anything on the inside? Yeah. Okay. I find eclipses, the kind of open portals, and the moon cycles do to for these vibrations to come through. And don't be put off by the biblical names. Discarnates and possession, so entities basically. Okay, let's just clear all discarnates and possession that are coming up at all levels of consciousness in chart 3. Let's clear and remove them from each and every one of you for your highest good. Just got a Peter Gabriel song in my head now. All of a sudden, be cool, be cool, be cool, be cool. Remember that one? I don't know the words to that one. Just popped into my head. Be cool, be cool, be cool, be cool. Something to do with an African leader, I think, wasn't it? Can't remember. I'm getting back into my early Genesis music at the moment. Interestingly enough, this book's based on the Bible, this healing mechanism. I'm a big Genesis fan, early Genesis. So I've been looking at a lot of Peter Gabriel stuff recently as well. Salisbury Hill is one of my favourites. It's where he had a spiritual experience while sitting meditating on top of a hill. It's one of my favourite songs. Climbing up on Salisbury Hill, I could see the city lights. Wind was blowing, time stood still. Eagle flew out of the night. There was something to observe. Came in close, I heard a voice. Something, something, every nerve. Had to listen, had no choice. Of the scenery. I walked right out of the machinery. My heart is going boom, boom, boom. Son, he said, grab your things, I've come to take you home. Yeah, back home. Right, sorry about that. I know there'll be people that say, don't give up your day job. I know. Right, okay, where are we going? Are we going to mop up now? So let's go to mop up. Let's go to mop up where the bulk of the clearing takes place by your teams on the other side of life. It's a lot being cleared here. So even though we haven't been shown a lot of stuff in the charts, they're clearing the bulk of the programs away. You do realise that song is going to stick in your head all day now. I love Peter Gabriel. I think he's brilliant. Such a creative person, a creative genius, I think. As were Genesis. Brilliant, especially their early music. Right, okay. Are we done? Are we finished? Okay, let's have a look. So we want everything to be 100 positive, yep, and 0 negative, which it is, feels loads lighter as well. And we want it to be at Radiant Love New Paradigm. So where are we now? Radiant Love New Paradigm, yay! All done. Again, you know the routine. I don't need to remind you of all my usual stuff about only doing a couple a day. There, I have reminded you now. Done. See you on the next one. Bye. Lots of love.